Now at noon, we're less than 24 hours away from the Ohio State women's basketball team stepping into the madness, how they're getting ready for the start of their NCAA tournament.
And we've officially moved forward into spring. Certainly looking like that today. Will it last all weekend? I'll have the answer.
Getting your news and information from Twitter and Facebook. It's not what it was designed for, and it's not what it's good at.
And later, in the world where AI is growing, how you can make sure what you see online is real. We'll explain how in the next 15 minutes. All right, we are certainly working to help you get ready to enjoy a lovely weekend. Get ready for summer-like temperatures, in fact, to return to Central Ohio as we celebrate this first full weekend of spring. Thanks so much for joining us here on 10 TV Plus for 10 TV News at noon. I'm Tracy Townsend. Let's get you a first look at the forecast with meteorologist Meredith Garfalo.
Tracy, it's hard to believe after the winter we had. It is now spring, but at least it is looking and feeling like spring. We're going to continue to see this warmth that's building today continue all the way through Sunday, but it is coming with a couple of chances of showers and thunderstorms before the weekend is over. So I do want to go over everything with you. There's going to be some changes that come back into the play on Monday, but let's get a look at those current temperatures. Wow, upper 50s to low 60s, and we are climbing. I know there's clouds out there, but the winds are going to continue to pick up and bring in some warm air. You can see we have gusts right now between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Mansfield a little bit breezier there, especially as you go up toward the lakefront. But the big story is going to be the climate temperatures and also some chances of storms, some which could be a little bit on the stronger side overnight on Sunday. So I'm going to walk you through everything I know. That'll be coming up in about 15 minutes. Tracy?
All right, thank you. There is breaking news that's just into our 10 TV newsroom. In the past hour, we learned the martial arts grandmaster and action star Chuck Norris has died. This is video from back in 1997 when he visited the Arnold here in Columbus. His roles in Walker, Texas Ranger and other television shows and movies made him an iconic tough guy. His family described it as a, quote, sudden passing. They did not release details about his death. Chuck Norris was 86 years old. Right now, the Department of the Inspector General is investigating a use of force incident by Columbus police. This is an investigation that was sparked by a video going viral around social media. Just 30 minutes ago, 10 TV News reporter Carly Dion spoke with Sergeant James Fuqua with the Columbus Police. Carly, what new information did he give you?
It is aware of that video, and the incident happened in the Linden area Tuesday night. Now, before we get to their response, I want to walk you through that video. In a social media post, the Columbus Division of Police says, in part, quote, the Division of Police regards all allegations of misconduct with the utmost seriousness. Hours after that statement, we received this video from a viewer showing officers approaching a woman and then taking her to the ground. We've reached out to police to confirm whether this is the incident under investigation. We are still waiting to hear back. We also contacted Fraternal Order of Police President Brian Steele, who describes the action as, quote, a trained and approved technique, classified as a level 1 use of force, the lowest level on the division scale. He adds the complaint will be reviewed through the department's internal investigative process, and the Department of the Inspector General tells us because this is an active investigation, they have no additional information at this time. Now, I spoke with Sergeant James Fuqua while at an event for graduating CPD recruits today. Here's what he had to say about the incident.
That's under investigation right now. You know, just like any other use of force, we take that very serious. And of course, when we see any interaction between officers and residents of this community, something that looks like that, obviously, it could be triggering for a lot of people.
Now, we've asked Columbus Police for the incident report as well as any body camera video and dash camera video from that incident, and we will bring it straight to you as soon as we get that information. Reporting live in Columbus, Carly Dion, 10 TV News.
And hours ago, 10 TV received the body and dash camera video of a police chase that turned into a deadly crash. And as we've reported, it happened nearly a week ago Saturday. Police say they tried to make a traffic stop because the driver of the vehicle was connected to a shooting days earlier. 10 TV News reporter Catherine Simon here in studio now, breaking down this new video.
Tracy, this new video we got this morning gives a better look at what happened leading up to that deadly crash. Columbus police on Saturday told me that officers attempted to make a stop and the car sped away. Here's a look at what happened.
This Columbus police dashcam video shows the moment officers see the red suspect car and make a U-turn to follow it. Police say officers tried to stop the car because it was the same vehicle involved in a shooting 4 days earlier. About 50 seconds after officers started following the car, you can hear sirens turn on. The car appears to stop. Body camera video shows the officer open the door and appear to partially step out of the car. That's when the car makes a turn and drives away. Officers then followed the car. In the video, you can hear sirens as police drive down the street until they pull up to the crash.
There were 4 people in the suspect car. Police say 3 17-year-olds and a 20-year-old. The 2 people who were in the other car involved in that crash both died. 3 of the 4 suspects have been charged for the shooting, and other charges are still pending for the deadly crash. Tracy?
All right, thank you so much. Columbus police have, in fact, opened their own investigation into that pursuit. 10 TV's Carly Dion also asked Sergeant Fuqua about this case. Here was his response just within the last hour.
These 2 people that lost their life, their family will forever be in grief knowing that they lost loved ones, but we want to make sure we're getting it right. We want to make sure that we have the appropriate and proper charges and we're not just throwing something out there that sticks.
There is a lot to go into that deadly crash and shooting. We have a timeline on what happened leading up to the crash. You'll find it at 10tv.com. All right, let's look ahead to tomorrow. There's an event happening right here in Columbus. It's all about keeping you and your family safe and healthy. The Black Family Wellness Expo is part of a nationwide initiative to reduce health and economic disparities in all communities, and in particular, Black communities. All are going to be welcome at this local event supporting the Links Incorporated's national campaign. This is video from last year's event, and just a few hours ago, I talked here in studio with Columbus physician Shari Hicks-Graham and Gail Saunders on 10 TV News this morning. They are all members of the Links Incorporated, and I, in full transparency, am a member as well. Events like this are essential for the community.
At our expo tomorrow, we want to bring resources to the community that we know may be underserved in terms of helping to bridge the gap between information and power to help your health.
There's going to be over 32 different community partners there sharing information about your health, financial wellness, violence prevention, gun violence prevention, opioid awareness and information. And so a wealth of information. And here's the good news. We also have free child care by certified child care professionals. So bring the whole family.
The Black Family Expo, Wellness Expo, starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it runs until 2 in the afternoon, and it's going to be at the Linden Community Center on Briarwood Avenue. There will also be lunch and refreshments. In less than 24 hours, the Ohio State women's basketball team will be on the hardwood. 10 TV's Dom Taveri caught up with Chance Gray ahead of the big game.
Chance, it is time for March Madness. How excited? I mean, this is a fun time. This is what you guys point to, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm glad that we're able to host here in the Shot and get all our fans back here, so I'm excited.
All right. It all starts tomorrow morning, 11:30. Early start with Howard, and you know they'll come in here upset-minded. You're here, but an early start.
Yeah, I think they're a good team. You know, it'll be a win that we have to beat them and not play down to the level. Just make sure that we're playing our best basketball.
Is there any issues going that early? It's a morning game.
No, I mean, we've played early games before, so just have to wake up and be ready. It's March.
Obviously, if you get by them, a lot of people talking about a Monday matchup with Notre Dame. You can't. What do you think? And you can't allow that to get in your head, right?
Yeah, definitely keep it one game at a time and just make sure that we're playing our best basketball.
How proud are you of this group? I mean, you guys started the year unranked, and here you are now ranked 13th in the country, and oh, by the way, number 3 seed hosting.
Yeah, I'm really proud of us. You know, we came in the gym every day with a lot of focus and just made sure that we just got better at 1% every day, and I think that's what we continue to do.
What can this team do? I mean, as you look at making a run, this is the time to do it, right?
Yeah, I think we're capable of everything that we can put our minds to. We just have to settle down and make sure that we keep our focus, and that's our goals.
How about you? You sinking in your career, and here you go, and you want to make some noise as you go out, right?
Yeah, I'm excited, just sharing my last moments with this team. It's been the best senior year I could have, so I'm just really blessed and excited.
Has that sunk in, that when this run's over, it's over?
Yeah, you know, I try not to think about it, but it's definitely something that's been on my mind all year, just taking everything in and cherishing everything.
You know, Coach Kevin McGuff told me at one point, he said, this team can beat anyone they play. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a matter of when we focus and lock in, I think we can beat anybody that we put our minds to.
Well, do me a favor. I know there's still some tickets left. What's your message to the fans? And you guys, you follow the energy. You need them, right?
Yeah, pack the shot tomorrow. We need all the fans that we can get, so we're excited to just be able to play and host at home.
Well, good luck to you, and do me a favor as we take it out, your message for Buckeye Nation.
Pack the shot tomorrow and go Bucks.
All right, we hear you, Chance Craig. We'll be covering the game on 97.1 The Fan and on 10 TV and here on 10 TV Plus. Hey, there's no relief at the airports across the nation. The demands from passengers stuck in those long lines. We'll also talk about what lawmakers are saying about this impasse. But first, fake images are becoming more common online. How to make sure you don't fall for misinformation. Welcome back. AI-generated content is becoming more realistic. We've seen these images and videos used in all types of contexts, from parody videos to political ads to even war propaganda. Experts are warning that we can't blindly trust what we see online. But now there are labs that are developing technology to spot the fake images and videos.
When generative AI creates an image or your camera, there's processing that happens inside that algorithm or inside that device that leaves behind minute traces that our eyes can't see, but we can mathematically characterize.
And experts say the best way to avoid being duped online is to look at trusted sources like news organizations. All right, if you're heading out west for spring break, get ready for the heat. We'll look at how neighborhoods in Los Angeles are now changing their roads to keep families cool.
10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda.
Welcome back. It's been over a month and TSA employees are still not getting paid in the middle of the ongoing partial government shutdown. As Americans deal with delays, members of Congress have left Washington for the weekend with no deal in sight to end the impasse. Jared Hill has the latest.
At Atlanta's airport, long lines left flyers in disbelief.
What is happening?
Staffing shortages shut several checkpoints in Houston and Philadelphia, leaving soon-to-be passengers waiting for hours.
I don't know what the holdup is, but these people need to get paid.
TSA says more than 10% of their officers called out nationwide Wednesday as they missed paychecks over a month into the partial government shutdown.
We're 2 checks behind as of right now. Doing the job that we love doesn't pay those bills. Gratitude doesn't pay our bills.
The gridlock at the airport, no match for gridlock in Washington. TSA funding is being held up over an impasse on how to reform ICE and the Department of Homeland Security after agents killed 2 Americans in Minneapolis.
The Democrats care more about their radical open border activists than they do about Americans who are missing spring break because there are 4-hour delays.
Democrats are pushing to fund TSA while discussion over immigration enforcement continues.
We should separate out the area where we have a real dispute, and that is on ICE. What they did in Minneapolis has been traumatic for the country. That's the only place where there's a division.
We're just people that come to work every day to do our job, and all we expect you guys to do is do your job. Pay us for what we do.
Hoping for a clear path forward amidst the chaos. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And if you're traveling this weekend, we have you covered. As you see on your screen, there's a list of the departures from John Glenn Columbus International Airport. There are just a few delays there. Make sure you check the app on the plane, the flight that you're using. A record-breaking heat wave continues to scorch parts of the southwestern United States. The extreme weather has shattered temperature records in dozens of cities, including California, which hit 108 degrees on Wednesday. Phoenix, Arizona is under its earliest extreme heat warning on record, with temperatures still in the triple digits, and it's not over yet. Forecasters say conditions in the Southwest will only intensify in some locations into the weekend and spread right on into the plains. Some neighborhoods, people in those neighborhoods are beating the heat with some new pavement. Cooling pavement is being used in some LA neighborhoods. A reflective paint coats streets, playgrounds, and rooftops with materials designed to bounce sunlight away instead of absorbing it. A study of Pacoima's cooling pavement in 2024 found ambient air temperatures dropped as much as 3.5 degrees and up to a 10-degree drop in surface temperatures, which sounds like quite a relief there out west. Meantime, here at home.
We feel refreshing though, right? I mean, it's not cold, but it's not too hot. It's like the Three Bears story.
Yeah, Goldilocks
Weather for us today. But by Sunday though, it's going to get pretty warm. So enjoy it. But how about right now outside? 60 degrees. We have a nice mix of sun and clouds, although you can see the clouds are starting to win in this contest right now. 10 weather impact story. Well, that is going to be for a chance of some isolated showers and storms as we go into the day today. And let me highlight the word isolated. They're going to be more few and far between than anything else. But we do see the warmth continue through the end of the weekend. But then we have some big changes on Sunday that I'm going to walk you through. But for today, let's talk about the forecast right now. We are on the way up at 62 right now and eventually getting into the upper 60s. But those clouds are going to keep us from really seeing those temperatures soar. We have a little system that's coming through, and that could pop up some showers as early as noon for us. Again, you can see when I was saying it's more few and far between. Most of us will stay dry this afternoon and evening, but there is that potential for a brief shower. So if you get one of those, just know it's going to be that possibility. And then by later tonight, the clouds start to clear up and we go overnight into Saturday with some clouds and a little bit of sunshine for Saturday morning. As we look ahead and we go into the forecast for the Saturday afternoon and evening, you can see we really clear out by later in the day. And so temperatures are going to be able to get up again into the mid to upper 60s. Depending on when the clearing happens, if it happens earlier in the day, we might actually get a chance for those temperatures to get into the low 70s. Let me walk you through Sunday's forecast. I promised you I had an update, so here it is. The latest model is in. It does continue to look like we are not going to see any storm activity until late Sunday into Monday, which you can see storms racing through about 1 o'clock, and then they're out of here by the commute. So this is great news, but all hazards will be possible if these storms do strengthen, and does look like to be that one line right now. And then as we go even into early morning on Monday, some models hint at we might have a little bit of chance of some snow flurries. So no bueno, we don't want snow flurries, right? As we take a look at the 7-day forecast though, right now don't have any alert days in place, but definitely going to be watching that forecast on Sunday. Now, if we get sun earlier in the day on Sunday, 85 is the current record for that date. We could get close to it. So it's all going to depend on when the sunshine comes out, and then the timing of those storms we'll be monitoring really closely as well. Tracy?
All right, Station Akin joins us now with the stories coming up starting on 10 TV News at 4.
Thank you, Tracy. March Madness, an exciting time, but it can be difficult for those who struggle with problem gambling and let sports betting go too far. This afternoon, we'll talk with the Problem Gambling Network of Ohio about how to gamble responsibly. And it's tax time. Before you file, we have some tips you need to know to stay financially literate. And a massive energy project announced today in southern Ohio, while the Department of Energy says it could lower your electric bill. That's all new, coming up tonight at 6. Tracy, our 10 weather impact meteorologists say it's going to be a beautiful weekend. We're going to let you know some of the ways you can spend some time outside on this first weekend of spring.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A small piece of Hollywood's biggest night is now home decor for one production assistant. Following Sunday's Oscars, Paige Thalia took a walk down to the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles. She grabbed some of that discarded red carpet from the dumpster and then rolled it out in her living room. Millions have seen her social media videos of the excursion.
Rugs are so expensive. And I was walking my dog a couple nights before the Oscars. They were setting up, and I just had an idea that maybe they need to get rid of the carpet at the end of the day.
Thalia hopes to one day be standing on the full red carpet while on her way inside the event. The Academy says the carpet is made from recycled materials and is recycled again after the night is over.
Well, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
Yep, there it is.
Hopefully it wasn't dirty carpet.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to let that go.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. But one thing we're not going to let go of is these temperatures because we are getting a nice boost. Today, tomorrow, Sunday. Okay, Monday's cold, but I think if we're going to stay positive here, Tracy, the first full week of spring, it looks like we'll end it with temperatures finally getting back into the 70s. But definitely want to keep an eye on that storm timing on Sunday. It looks late overnight, which is good, so it doesn't ruin any of our patio plans, let's call it.